RevOps Platforms pros and cons, what they solve, where they fall short, and how to choose the right fit. If you spend any time around B2B software, you have probably heard the pitch. Buy a RevOps platform, connect your revenue teams, unify your data, improve forecasting, automate handoffs, and finally get a clear picture of how revenue actually moves through the business. It sounds right. In some companies, it is right. But here is the tension most content avoids. Very few companies actually buy one true unified RevOps platform. What they usually do is assemble a stack. They use a CRM as the system of record, add forecasting software, layer in enrichment, connect workflow automation, bring in customer success tooling, then call the result RevOps. That is one reason the market feels so confusing. Different articles use the term RevOps platform to describe completely different things. Some mean CRM suites. Some mean revenue intelligence. Some mean pipeline forecasting. Some mean orchestration. Some mean customer success software. Some mean all of the above. So this is not going to be another list of vendors with the usual feature grid. This is a more honest question. What is a RevOps platform really? What does it actually solve? Where does it create drag? And how should a company decide whether it needs one? What a RevOps platform actually is. The cleanest way to think about a RevOps platform is this. It is software designed to improve coordination across the revenue lifecycle, not just inside one department. That sounds simple, but the category is not. Some platforms are CRM-centered. They are built around customer and pipeline records. Some are forecasting first. They exist to improve pipeline visibility and forecast confidence. Others are revenue intelligence tools. They focus on conversation data, deal risk, and pipeline health. Others are orchestration layers built to automate workflows and handoffs across systems. Others sit closer to customer success and retention. So when people say RevOps platform, they are often not describing one category. They are describing a mix of categories connected by a single operating goal: better revenue execution across teams. That distinction matters because buyers often think they are shopping for one unified answer, when in reality they are deciding how much of the revenue stack to centralize and where to keep specialist tools. The pros of RevOps platforms: better cross-functional alignment. This is the strongest argument for the category. RevOps exists to reduce the distance between revenue teams that historically worked from separate systems and separate definitions. Salesforce describes RevOps as spanning the full revenue journey, and Gartner defines it as alignment across sales, marketing, and customer success. When software supports that model well, teams stop arguing about whose number is right and start working from the same operating picture. The benefit is not philosophical. It shows up in lead routing, lifecycle definitions, handoff rules, ownership logic, and shared metrics. That is why the upside is real for companies that already have multiple revenue teams pulling on the same customer lifecycle. More reliable pipeline and forecast visibility. A serious RevOps platform can reduce blind spots between pipeline creation, deal progression, and post-sale outcomes. Clari's current positioning is explicit here. Forecast clarity starts with connected revenue data, and its forecasting product is built to manage complex revenue models. Gong makes the same case from the intelligence side, arguing that captured interactions and deal signals improve pipeline visibility. For leadership, that matters because forecast conversations become less anecdotal. For managers, it means fewer manual updates and less dependence on rep-reported optimism. For RevOps teams, it means a better shot at tracing where pipeline quality deteriorates, less manual reporting, and fewer spreadsheet-based workflows. This is one of the most believable benefits because it targets an obvious operational drain. Zapier's current RevOps automation materials focus on lead routing, data entry, report generation, and follow-ups. Those are precisely the kinds of repetitive tasks that create hidden labor in growing revenue teams. When reporting, routing, and sync logic move out of fragile spreadsheets and into governed workflows, teams usually gain both speed and trust. That does not eliminate analysis work, but it reduces the volume of manual stitching that too many RevOps functions still tolerate. Stronger process standardization across handoffs. RevOps platforms are especially useful where the customer journey spans multiple owners, such as SDR to AE, AE to onboarding, onboarding to customer success, or CS to expansion. Standardization here is not bureaucracy. It is what prevents dropped context, duplicate work, and conflicting definitions of success. Salesforce and HubSpot both present RevOps as a cross-functional operating model, which makes handoff quality central rather than peripheral. In companies with multiple products, regions, or segments, the value compounds. A platform can create one process architecture instead of letting each team invent its own version of the funnel. Better automation and operational scale. Automation is not a side feature anymore. It is one of the main reasons this category exists. Zapier's RevOps materials treat automation as central to modern execution because so much revenue friction lives in handoffs, updates, notifications, approvals, and task creation. SalesLoft makes a similar case from the orchestration side, arguing that durable revenue growth comes from connecting data, AI, and automation to the actual revenue process. This is where software can create real leverage. A company cannot scale a complex revenue motion indefinitely on manual triage, human reminders, and spreadsheet policing. At some point, workflow discipline needs system support, improved visibility into the full revenue lifecycle. This is the benefit that justifies category-level investment when the business is genuinely complex. Salesforce's current framing is useful because it places RevOps across the broader revenue journey, not just inside sales. Gartner's current description of RevOps enablement suites also emphasizes workflow and observability across marketing, selling, and customer support across the customer lifecycle. If your business has meaningful post-sale revenue, renewal risk, expansion motions, or long time to value, lifecycle visibility is not optional. A platform that only sees pre-sale activity will miss the most important part of the economics. The cons of RevOps platforms. They often add another layer instead of simplifying the stack. This is the most common structural failure. A company buys a RevOps product expecting simplification, but ends up adding another layer on top of CRM, enrichment, forecasting, customer success, and BI. Even current market roundups admit this in practice. Upsell says most teams still operate with a collection of tools. Guideflow explicitly describes the core stack as multiple categories. That does not mean the purchase was wrong. It means the label platform can hide the fact that you are still assembling architecture, not replacing it. Buyers need to ask whether they are consolidating systems or merely centralizing visibility across them. Implementation is harder than vendor messaging suggests. Vendor pages naturally emphasize speed and outcomes. Real implementation depends on process clarity, ownership, data standards, change management, and admin competence. Salesforce and Gartner both frame RevOps as an operating model, not merely a software deployment. That distinction matters because software can support discipline, but it does not create discipline. If stages are poorly defined, routing rules are inconsistent, or the organization has never agreed on what qualified pipeline means, the platform does not solve the argument, it formalizes it. Weak source data can poison the whole system. The phrase single source of truth sounds elegant. Establishing one is not. HubSpot positions its smart CRM as the system of record for its broader platform. Clari talks about governed connected revenue data. Apollo markets enrichment precisely because stale and incomplete records undermine trust. These claims all point to the same operational truth. Platform value collapses when source data is unreliable. This is why RevOps software can disappoint rational buyers. The platform may perform exactly as designed, but the data model feeding it is weak, fragmented, or politically contested. In that scenario, dashboards become faster ways to distribute bad assumptions. Cost creep is common subscription pricing is only the visible line item. The real cost usually includes onboarding, integration work, admin time, data cleanup, process redesign, training, consulting support, and internal change management. This is especially true when the platform sits across multiple teams and business-critical systems. Official product pages highlight breadth and integration depth, but that breadth is exactly what expands implementation cost. The practical issue is not just budget, it is time to value. If the organization needs 6 months of cleanup before the platform is trustworthy, the ROI clock starts later than the sales process implies. Platform overlap leads to redundancy. This buyer risk is consistently under-discussed. Clari, SalesLoft, Gong, HubSpot, Vitally, Zapier, and Apollo all touch parts of data visibility, workflows, automation, and lifecycle execution, but they do so from different cores. That overlap is precisely why current roundups can compare them in one article, but it is also why buyers end up paying for capabilities they already own elsewhere. The mistake is assuming adjacent categories are cumulative by default. In practice, every added layer should be justified by a specific operational gap, not by category anxiety. When a RevOps platform makes sense, a RevOps platform makes sense when the company already has real operational complexity. That usually means multiple GTM teams, long or multi-stage sales cycles, multi-product motions, frequent handoffs, inconsistent reporting across systems, or leadership frustration around forecasting and attribution. In that environment, the question is not whether complexity exists. It already does. The question is whether the business wants to govern that complexity more deliberately. A platform can be worth it when forecasting errors are hurting planning, when attribution fights are slowing decision-making, when handoffs are causing revenue leakage, or when leadership no longer trusts the numbers coming out of the stack. And that is a business problem. When a RevOps platform is the wrong move. It is the wrong move for many early-stage companies. If the revenue motion is still relatively simple, the better answer is often cleaner. CRM usage, clearer definitions, and tighter process discipline. Founders sometimes buy RevOps tooling to gain maturity. What they actually need is consistency. It is also the wrong move for teams without basic process discipline. If lifecycle stages keep changing, routing logic is unstable, ownership is unclear, and core metrics remain disputed, a platform often amplifies the confusion. It automates instability, and it is a bad move when nobody owns the operating design. RevOps fails when companies buy the software before deciding who owns data governance, workflow rules, lifecycle architecture, and cross-functional design. If no one owns the model, no platform will save it. How to evaluate the category without buying shelfware? Start with a blunt question. What exact operational problem are we solving? Here you need to find out, is reporting unreliable? Is forecasting weak? Are handoffs failing? Is post-sale visibility poor? Is the stack fragmented? Are teams wasting time on manual coordination? Is leadership losing trust in the numbers? Then ask the harder question. Are we replacing tools or adding another layer? That one question eliminates a surprising amount of bad buying. After that, look at the fundamentals. Who owns the data model? How much cleanup is required before implementation? Which systems need to be integrated on day one? What governance controls are needed? What will prove ROI within 6 to 12 months? How much admin burden will this create? What is the total cost once services, integration, and internal change are included? That is how an adult software decision gets made. Where companies usually go wrong. Most companies do not fail because they chose the worst vendor. They fail because the operating work was never done properly. Data modeling was weak. Integrations were rushed. Ownership was unclear. Process design was vague. Everyone assumed the platform would impose discipline that leadership had not actually created. That is why implementation matters so much. Choosing software is only part of the job. The rest is architecture, integration, governance, and workflow design. Where Inoxoft fits. This is where a technology partner can matter. A company like Inoxoft is not the story because it has a logo in the stack. It matters because many RevOps failures are implementation, not category failures. If the business needs help evaluating platforms, building custom integrations across CRM, marketing, support, and analytics systems, designing workflow automation, unifying data, or evolving reporting architecture as go-to-market complexity grows, that is where a partner becomes useful. The point is not to buy more software. The point is to make the software and systems you choose operate as one coherent revenue foundation. Are RevOps platforms worth it? Yes, when they reduce fragmentation, improve operational trust, and support a level of revenue complexity that the company already has. No, when they are used to cover up weak ownership, poor CRM discipline, unstable processes, or bad source data. That is the real answer. The best question is not which RevOps platform is best. The best question is whether your business needs a platform at all, or whether it needs a better operating model first. Because if the model is weak, the platform will not fix it. It will just make the weakness easier to see.